let's get back into it. Bring that right back down there. All right, guys, if you're just checking it out, this is the Kaiju Lounge, video games the answer to late night, or really just a great way to stroke my own ego. To take your pick. I want to talk a little bit about opening nights lives. The big Geoff Keighley showcase from Gamescom this past week in Germany. Huge event, huge deal. Here's the thing. I like Geoff Keighley. I really do. But for all the polish he puts into the major events, there's always a thing that just feels off. And Gamescom Opening Night Live 2023 was absolutely no exception. Look, I love that Geoff is working overtime to give the gaming industry some legitimacy and gravitas that it so greatly deserves, but sometimes things fall flatter than Al Pacino trying to talk about video games. With the event put behind us and some time to reflect, here are the top 5 things of Gamescom that just didn't work. Number 5. Call of Duty is a lot like Bad Men. You know, I get that everyone loves it, but I just don't get it. And the people who are really into it are insufferable. The new version of Call of Duty looks darker, grittier, and rainier than ever before. As an outsider, this feels like Kingdom Hearts for people who chug protein shakes. Like, there are over 20 games. How is this still Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? The trailer was, I don't know, it just was. As an outsider, nothing drew me in, and I can't imagine they showed anything super cool, new, or unique that other than the hype that another game is coming, which would be great for the fans if it wasn't expected because they do one every single year. Number 4. It's small, and it's very blink if you miss it. But during the Fort Solace portion of the evening, Julia Brown, Roger Clark, and the gaming voice acting legend himself, Troy Baker, was on the stage to talk about their upcoming stand-up performance. Now, of those 3, guess whose lower third they got wrong during the broadcast? Troy freaking Baker. Seriously, I get it, mistakes happen, but he's the biggest voice acting star in gaming today. I mean, I've done technical directing work on live events. I know it's not easy, but that's a pretty big slip up. I don't know how you missed that. Number 3, Jeffrey. Can I call you Jeffrey? I get that your Rolodex is big. You have pull. That's awesome. Good for you. Zack Snyder wants to show off his No Star Wars I'm Breaking Up With You project. Great. But please, please, don't have these celebrities roll up talking about how much they love games unless they can actually speak to it off the cuff. Zack Snyder discussing video games was like Steve Buscemi, hello, fellow kids, moment of the night. You do this every year, and Jeff, it's so stilted. Worse is the fans can smell it from far away. I don't doubt that Zack Snyder plays video games. There's no way in hell you can make Sucker Punch without viewing video game fan art. But he can't convincingly talk about it. Play to your guest strengths. Also, as a side note, Ice-T talked about his favorite gaming world being Payday. Motherfucker's a Stardew Valley fan if I've ever seen one. Number 2. Who the fuck is Jasmine? And I say this with no disrespect to Jasmine herself. I think she did a good job with what she was given, but that's kind of the problem. What she was given. At no point was she given the lower thirds to tell me who she was. Apparently a very famous German Twitch streamer, or her role on the show, co-host. Geoff hasn't been great at featuring women during these events, and the most prominent one he has is relegated to website announcements and puff piece about cosplay. Literally, her title might as well just been head of Gamescom Tourism Board. If she is your co-host and you want to make her matter, step aside and let her co-host. Have a witty back and forth. Let her announce and show off some things of consequence. Instead, you make her segments pop in like a bathroom break before the main event. If the complaint is that you're not featuring women, and that was a big complaint in a previous show, this was not the way to do it, buddy. And of course, number one, because it needs to be said, get some fucking security, Geoff. Jesus, this happens once and it's a shame. It happens twice and you got a lesson to learn. Never mind the asshat gets escorted off like he was politely informed the bar was closed to a private event. Now every idiot's going to think they can do this and then shuffle off with a slap on the wrist. Dude was wearing an Austin 316 shirt, so take some inspiration from that. See, when a fan tries to get in the ring, he gets his ass beat by everyone. Security, the superstar, the referee, the timekeeper. Fuck, I'm sure Samantha Irvin would jump in and get those hands if she could get there fast enough. You think this Times Square Starbucks barista-looking motherfucker would try that again if Geoff Keighley pulled out a roundhouse kick to its bleach blonde man bun? Send a message. If you get on Keighley's stage, you're bound to get dropped. Also, as a side note, what is these trolls' obsession with Bill Clinton? The kid from the fucking Game Awards dropped his name too for his thing as well. Were these guys even born during his presidency? And that's like me hopping on the mic and saying Howard Taft uses the Konami code. Like, at least use Obama like a normal fucking person. Of course, opening night live was just a small part of the huge event that was Gamescom. Guys, lots of announcements. Announcements, that was good. Lots of announcements, lots of great games. We're going to go ahead, take another big break after that top five. Well, it's just a short one real fast so we can cool off because I'm sweating through my outfit here. And then we're going to take a little trip to the trailer park.